Hi everyone. As you all know me, I will introduce myself again. My name is Luis Partida, and I'm here from Tayani's Institute Optical Lab, and I'm going to make a presentation of a process of how we make the glasses here and what we are capable of. Okay, so to start, after we talk with the patient and they choose glasses and we make all the measurements and they decide what type of lens we're going to be using. So we start with doctor's prescription, and then we come here into the lab, and we have most of the indexes, starting with 174 high index, polycarbonate transitions. We stock most of the lenses. Our in-house progressive is a adage progressive, and our extra active transitions are image, and we stock all type of lenses, bifocals, trifocals, you name it, single visions, all indexes like 174, Trivex 1537, and if we don't have it, we order it. Okay, and on this side, this wall over here, we have all the semi-finished blanks. So we got pretty much all the in plastic, polycarbonate, and anti-glare in stock. And now to show you the beginning of the surface part, what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull a pair of progressive lenses that I just sold to this patient a couple of days ago. And the process, it starts like this. We bring the prescription over with this computer here, with this special program. We enter the lens info, index of refraction, sag all the specs of the lenses, and we also enter on the computer the prescription of the doctor. So what the program does, it combines them both of them. It gives me exactly what curvature to cut them to and what thickness to cut them to as well. And that's how we start. And then we take the lenses, and once we do the whole program, we get our ticket, and then we bring it over here where we block them to process them, and they start like this. This is a semi-finished blank. So I'm gonna grind it and turn it into a finished lens, okay? So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna add a protecting tape with this machine to protect the front surface of the lens. And then I bring it here, I get a block, we call them blocks. We block it, and then it comes out like this. So we can hold the lens, so we can process the back side of the lens, okay? So from here, we bring it over to the generator, we call it, and then we enter all the specs, all the information that I got from the computer. They look like this. So I enter the info of the base curve and thickness that I need to cut it, and then it comes out like this, but I'll show you how it works. So I just enter the base of the tool, the thickness. I also enter the prism for concentration, and type of lens, base curve, thickness of the lens, all the specs. Once we enter the info, and then we start it, and then if you bring the camera over on this side so we can record this, how it's cutting the lenses. After we cut them, we etch them with the generator. They come out like this, already with the base curve and thickness of depending on the prescription. And then our next step is to pull tools. We call them tools. So every tool they have the base curve the same as the lens, but this is concave. So the reason is to remove all the scratches, and I will show you the process right now. So I got these ones already cut from the generator. I pull out the tools so we can remove all the scratches that the diamond cutter left behind. So I need to remove all the scratches and polish it and make sure it's see-through clear like a diamond. So we go over here. Okay, the next step is I'm going to add what we call polishing pads, first and second fine. What I'm going to do, I'm going to add a pattern to the tool so I can start removing the scratches off the lens. And you can see the astigmatism of the lens right here, the curvature. Okay, and what it's doing, it's a sandpaper which is kind of rough, and then we gradually go down to the real smooth one to remove all the impurities of the lens. All the scratches. This is what we call the second fine. What it's doing right now is going to the second fine to remove all the impurity, all the scratches off the lens, and have it ready. But then after that one, it goes to the polish to remove all the scratches and leave it as like a diamond. Just watch this, okay? The next step is, like I told you before, it's called polish, which is to remove all the scratches. So this is how you do it. What it's doing now, it's polishing all the scratches off the lens. It should be nice and clear as a diamond. The process of the polishing, it takes around 10 minutes. Okay, so the polishing machine stops. These are called cylinder machines. See, the lenses should be ready by now. Now I'm going to remove the block and the wax so it can be recyclable and we use it all over again. And this is the protective tape I was talking about. And after I deblock it, make sure all the polish, all the scratches came out, and I check the prescription, make sure it came out good. The end process of the surfacing department is the backside hard coating that we apply to all the lenses, and there are 100% UV protection. That's a real good coating. And this is the process of our backside hard coating. So we put the lens on there. Okay. It's cleaning the lens. Then now it's going into the coating cycle. Now I verify, make sure there are no bubbles. It looks good. And then we go into the UV light. It's to cure the coating with the UV light. Right now it's liquid, but once it runs through there, it turns into a coating like glass. It protects the lenses from scratching, and it's 100% UV protection. And also it's a good source for tinting. It makes my life easier when I tint them. They tint pretty fast. And that's it. Finished lens, backside hardcore, ready to etch, ready to tint. Perfect finished lens. Now from here, I bring it to the lensometer to verify the prescription to make sure everything came out good according to the doctor's prescription. Okay, it passes inspections. And that's the process of what we call the surface department. And that's where we get all the prescription off of a lens. We can, off of one lens, we can get hundreds of prescription off of one lens. So, but once we grind it to a certain prescription, it cannot be changed, okay? So now the next step, we're going to our etching department. So where we cut the lenses into the frame, we tint them, and we do any custom shapes, designs, you name it, okay? Now, the next step, it's after we verify the prescription is passes inspections, there are no vertical prism, horizontal prism. Make sure the specs are correct the way prescribed by the doctor. Once we got everything straightened out and ready to be cut, this is the layout and how we cut them and we etch them. The next step here is, excuse my mess. From here I get the measurements from the frame and then from the patient. Depends on the height and the PD, and I divide it by, and then I get my results by. And once I get my results for the height and the distance PD, this is how I do it. So once I get my numbers, it's all math. So I can do the layout here, and then I grab what we call a layout block. We use a double-sided tape. This is how it looks now. Getting ready to be etched onto the frame. So we do the left. Once I have the pair already, ready to be cut, we come over to this side. Now, this is the edger, this is the tracer. That's the one I use to trace the frames with. So what I need to do, remove the lenses off the frame so I can be able to trace it. Okay. So I'm going to trace the right with my tray number 321. So it's tracing the shape of the frame. Then the DBL, which is the bridged, save it, and then I enter the number, the same tray number I enter over there, which is 321, and it brings the shape, the lens info. Now what I do, I get a piece of tape to protect the lens from the backside surface. Okay, so the next step is etching the lens into the frame. So we got the shape, we got the tray number. This is the lens that we surface. Then make to a perfect sizing. Change the index of refraction and store.
No va a ser que. ¿Lentes?
Okay. Now it's been cut until the same shape with frame. Sorry, you all make me nervous. Okay, so that's how it goes. Let me just loosen up the screw. And it should be perfect. Voila. That's it. I just remove the block, clean them up, final inspect them. But some of the jobs, they require it to be tinted. So here at Tayani Institute Optical Lab, we can match any tint, any color. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how the process of tinting, okay? What we call the tinting unit. We got all colors, we got 2 of them. We got any color you can think of. If not, we can mix colors to change that color, just like when you do painting. See? For example, it's a blue color. See? You can see a little bit of tint to it. So the longest we leave it in there, the darker it gets. So how we do it here, so we stick it in the tint. In this case, I use blue. And then we rinse them. And we dry it. And now you got a light blue lens. See? Now we can change the color of the lens. We can add any color. We can make gradients, sunglasses, you name it. Any color. See, now it turned into gray lens. And this is the process of tinting. So we can match any tint. We can tint any color. Just give us a call. And if you don't have the color in your site, just I'll send you a sample of any color, okay? Now from here, I'm gonna show you what I do. For example, the faceting, those special jobs and special shapes on silhouettes or any 3-piece mounting. Okay, so I'm gonna include some pictures of what I do, okay? Okay, I'm gonna show you and how I do my faceting. I do it all by hand, okay? So I'm gonna try to make one right now real fast, any shape. So what I'm going to do, I'm gonna outline the shape that I want from there. It's all grinded by hand. Just a quick sample, okay? Then from here, I bring it over this side. Says any design right now of stuff. I'm gonna be doing this one. Just a quick sample. See? Now from here, I bring it to the polished. To polish the design of the lens. Yeah. It takes time, but right now I'm just giving you a quick sample on how I do things around here. And if you have any shape, we can customize any shape. All we gotta do is sit down and talk about it, how you want your shape, your style. See? Just a quick sample. And this is the process of drilling a facet or silhouette or any type of drill job. What I do, I just grab the frame, whichever style is, and mark them. In this case, this is the facet. So what I do, I put the frame here and I mark them so to know where exactly I'm going to drill the holes at. So come here. This is my drill machine. This is how I hold the lens with to drill it. And then I set it here on the table, so I just follow wherever I dotted for the drill. For example, I'm going to drill a hole on this one for you to see. Just one hole for the facet, and then that's where I do the other hole. Just a quick sample. That's how I drill them. The same process for silhouettes. See? So this is considered just ready to be mounted and edge polished. This is how we drill the holes on all the lenses. We have to be accurate, and we can, you know, like I told you before, we can do any shape on any of the silhouette frames, or any patient has any idea, and you know, I'm willing to sit down with them and customize any job for him. And I specialize on lensometry. I can duplicate any job, or you know, read any progressive, any prescription, anything. If there's anything wrong with it, I will find the problem. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. You know, this video only covers a short summary of what we can do. We can do a lot more. We can customize any job. Thank you, and if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll be here.